Hey, and welcome to episode 2 of my podcast, The Recording. This episode is going to dive into the most important organ in your body. What do you think it is? Well, stay tuned to find out as I record episode 2 of A Better Way to Heal podcast. So, thanks for tuning in. I am about to blow your mind. That's right. What do you think the most important organ in your entire body is? Well, you're going to find out in this episode, and it may surprise you. So, if you're ready, let's jump into this episode of A Better Way to Heal podcast. Hello, everyone. Oh my God. Welcome to episode 2 of A Better Way to Heal podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Rachel Gregg, and in this show, I will be sharing with you each week on how to improve your overall health, wellness, fitness, and mindset with a focus on proactive, holistic medicine. I'll bring you valuable information on how you can start to change the trajectory of your health and wellness forever. So, let's go, guys. Let's do this. So, episode 2, I wanted to just thank everybody for being here. And in this episode, I'm going to talk about the most important organ in your body. And I'm going to give you a minute, because what is your first thought when I say that? When I say, what is the most important? And I'm not saying that the other organs are not important, but I'm going to kind of guide you and show you and have you hear why this is the case. Why, if you can get this organ healthy, thriving, the rest of you is going to thrive. So, what do you think it is? What do you think it is? So, okay, here it is. I'm going to give it to you early on, but I want you to stay tuned because there's so much great information about why. So, your gut. Your gut is everything. Your gut is your immune system. It's 70 to 80% of your immunity. There's actually 70 to 80% of your serotonin. So that is the hormone that you probably have heard of, but if you haven't, it's the hormone that is the happy hormone. It's the link of depression. And I think for most of us, and me included, before I really started to dive into researching the gut more, I thought it was all in the brain. And I realized a little bit when I was in the pharmacy, because some of the medications that were prescribed for stomach issues were actually serotonin reuptake inhibitors, similar to your Paxils and drugs like that, Prozac, but they worked specifically on the receptors in the gut. And then I did the research to find that, 70 to 80%. So maybe you're listening right now and you're like, I had no idea. So why is that the case? Because when we're developing in our moms, our brain and gut start developing very early on, and they're right next to each other. And it's as we develop further, we get more organs, they space apart. So probably a lot of times in your life you said, my gut is telling me to do this. My gut is telling me to do that. Your gut knows. It's actually your first brain. Your other brain is the one that gets all emotional, and those things take over at times. But it's your gut your gut knows. Your gut definitely knows. Your gut absorbs your nutrition. So whatever foods you eat work their way down to your small intestine, your large intestine. And you have those little hairs, those villi on your gut, and depending on how healthy your gut is, they may or may not be close to the surface, but those are the little follicles, hair follicle, like those microvilli that actually absorb nutrition. So if you're unable to absorb nutrition, you're going to be malnourished. You could be eating lots of calories, but your body's going to still be craving nutrition. So sometimes when you're trying to lose weight and people can't figure out, why can't I lose weight? It is a link to the gut, no doubt about it. Skin health. Believe it or not, the health of our skin is actually linked to the health of our guts. So the skin is the largest organ. However, the gut is a huge organ. I was listening to something the other day that talked about if you unfolded the intestines in our bodies, it would cover the space of a tennis court. So just think about that. And that's in us, inside of us. And it's kind of crazy to think about how all that fits, right? And kind of cool, but kind of, I hope it maybe makes you realize how important it is. It takes up a lot less space than the surface area if you actually were to go and cut it and fold it out to its area, its surface area. And I heard something the other day too, that our intestine is actually our skin turned inside out. So if you think about how porous your skin is, that will tell you a lot about the gut and some things that I'm going to go over. So yes, your immune system, 70 to 80% of that is in your guts. Hence, the value of your healthy gut, or the lack thereof, can cause conditions like diabetes, heart disease, rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, eczema, psoriasis. All these things that are immune conditions, autoimmune conditions, if you've heard that, if your doctor has said that word to you, or maybe you've been diagnosed with something with the last four letters itis, which is just telling you inflammation. And as we go, when we're talking about if there's inflammation in the gut, there's inflammation all over your body. So I'm going to go through the top 5 ways to heal your gut, improve your gut health, and in turn, that is going to be the key to improving your overall health. And I'm not necessarily just talking about losing weight or anything like that, but I am going to tell you, if losing weight has been a challenge for you over the years, that healing your gut, improving your gut health will help with that process, okay? So yeah, most important organ, not for me, there's no doubt. My personal experiences throughout my life, I have struggled with gut issues. When I'm stressed, it's in the gut that I feel it the most. And also as a kid, I had migraines directly linked to gut health. I was eating everything I shouldn't be eating. And as soon as I was able to alleviate certain food groups, I improved that aspect of my life. So what if you could improve the quality of your life? I think a lot of Western medicine is so focused on quantity of life that we fail to look at the quality. We can pump you, full of pharmaceuticals and, all these things, these chemicals to keep you alive. But if the quality of your life, let's just say it, if the quality of your life sucks, what's the point? That's just my feeling. As I'm taking a drink, I'm going to go into number 1 and talk about drinking half your body weight in water. Can't say this enough. Cannot say it enough. Water is the lifeline. Your body is made up of 70% water. I know I'm throwing 70% out for a lot of things, but your body is 70% water. So in order to keep all the organs moving, flowing, doing what they're supposed to do most efficiently, they need to be hydrated. It'd be like driving your car without oil, okay? So half your body weight, how does that help with gut health? It flushes out toxins throughout your body, especially in your gut, and it keeps you regular. It keeps you having bowel movements. I'm going to tell you right now, Poo is so important, and I have no trouble talking about it. For those of you who know me, you know that very well, but it tells you everything that you need to know. So I have people telling me, oh, I go every 3 to 4 days. That might be your normal. That's not a healthy way to be overall. You need to be going every day, okay? Being hydrated helps you absorb nutrients, because if you're flushing out those toxins, you're making room for those microvilli to do their job. It also helps heal tight junctions in the gut. So, okay, Rach, what the heck are tight junctions? It's almost like the door that you walk through, the automatic door that you walk through to get into an airport or a mall. But in this case, we really don't want that door to open. We want that to be tightly shut, like they would be if the place was closed. Because what happens is, as we eat foods that damage our gut, which I'll go into some of those food groups, we kind of pound on that door, and pretty soon we pop a hole maybe in the glass or whatever the material is. And what happens is, as we're eating food and our food's starting to digest, we actually can have food particles going back into our bloodstream. Maybe you've known someone who has been perfectly healthy one day and then septic or like a raging blood infection the next. So that is exactly what's happening there, is that people are eating foods that are damaging their guts. And what we really want to do is we want to heal those tight junctions. We want to close that off. So foods are being absorbed because we're having those microvilli once we flush out those toxins. But we're also, that garbage that we don't want to come in to our body, we want it to leave, is being taken out the trash. So water is so important, not only for the gut, but it helps with our energy. It helps suppress our appetite, because a lot of times we're just dehydrated and thirsty, and our brain doesn't know the difference. So instead of drinking a glass of water, we'll go eat this huge amount of food, and then we're like exhausted because our body is dehydrated and now filled with food and working so hard, and it's exhausting. So half your body weight. So example, if you are a 150-pound human, you need 75 ounces of water. So roughly, if you're drinking from a 16-ounce bottle, you're going to drink 5 bottles of that. That's going to give you 80. That's perfect. And then I love to add lemon to mine, because that helps. It makes your body basic, so that's another way to fight off sickness. Viruses, bacteria, and fungi do not like a basic environment. They love acidic environments. So it's another way to keep yourself healthy at any point during the year. So number 1 was drink half your body weight in water. Number 2 is probiotics and prebiotics. So probiotics are good bacteria that you actually want in your gut and your GI tract to help you digest food. And they actually help push out the bad bacteria, the bad candida that continues to make you sick. You have, reoccurring UTIs or upper respiratory infections because you're having that bad bacteria in your body. And believe it or not, I don't know if this is going to gross you out or not, but we tend to have 10 times more of that bad bacteria DNA in our bodies than we do our own. So they're like all over the place, and we want the good bugs to just beat them out. We want to get rid of the bad bacteria, put in the good. So it helps us absorb nutrition, because it actually helps us break down food, the probiotics do. And they also, believe it or not, help us make vitamins. Vitamin B is one of the vitamins that actually are made when we're putting good probiotics. And the great thing there's so many good bugs that the more diverse probiotic supplement you can take, the better. I take one from Shaklee, love it. So if you ever want to know more about that, reach out to me. But it's so good. It's just, I definitely know when I have not been taking my probiotic, and when I have, keeps me healthier too. It was one of the first things I started incorporating into my life years ago, and I could tell from just adding a probiotic. I'm like, I don't get sick as often. So they definitely help keep us healthy. Boost, like I just said, they boost our immune system. So I learned from myself, and even before I really knew what was going on, I just realized. So a prebiotic feeds the probiotic. So the best way to do it, if you're not already taking a probiotic, get in a probiotic for 30 days, then start on a prebiotic that feeds the bacteria, and then that bacteria actually can reproduce. So you're getting more from that probiotic that you're taking. So you can even take a prebiotic supplement. There's like chicory root and things like that are actually prebiotics that feed it. So fermented foods, if you like kimchi, I'm obsessed with kombucha. It's like my favorite thing. So I love my kombucha every day. My body craves it. So probiotics are huge. And a lot of people come to me and say, okay, I've been taking a probiotic and I'm dealing with gas. And it's like, no one wants to talk about it, but what's actually happening, it's not a bad thing. You just have to bear with it, is you're actually having candida dying off. And so you're getting like the die off smell. Like when something dies, it doesn't smell all nice and pretty, and it does give off gases. It will you will excrete it in your stool as well, but you may notice that when you first start a probiotic. So just be patient, and that will get better. I promise you. So, numero 3. This is the one that gets people, and maybe as you listen to this and as I say it, you're going to be like, oh my God, no, don't. So, you have to start eliminating foods for a while. Not that you can never have these foods again, but you really have to start limiting them or eliminating them, depending on how sensitive you are to these foods and how severe your symptoms are. If you're having a huge symptomatic bout with an autoimmune disease, or you're just having a lot of issues as far as pain or whatever, you're having a lot of inflammation, and these are the foods that are doing it to you. And I'm sorry, not sorry. Dairy. So cow's milk dairy. So cheese, yogurt, ice cream. Now there's alternatives to dairy. There's almond milk and coconut milk, and making sure you get non-GMO soy. There's cashew milk. There's alternatives, and you just have to be willing to give them a try, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, I've worked with so many people, so many of my clients, and just being able to get them off dairy, even for a couple of weeks, they notice a huge difference. And some of their symptoms actually start to dissipate. They start to go away, and they're like, how could this be? So dairy is a huge inflammatory food. Gluten. And do you know what that is? Well, it's the glue, it's the protein in your foods like bread, pasta, that kind of gives it that squishy, yum texture. Like I always think about, in my days of loving Italian food, I loved the Italian bread that they set on your table. It was so squishy. I just loved like squishing it in my hands. That's the gluten. So they've come a long way with alternatives out there for pastas and breads and cereals and all of that. So gluten is a huge inflammatory food. And probably the number one source is sugar. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you focus on trying to limit your sugar, so you're roughly supposed to get about 25 grams of sugar per day. So I challenge you to take a look at some of maybe your favorites or just foods in general. You'd be surprised. Things like salad dressings and other condiments have a lot more sugar than you think they do. So you really want to be aware of that, and you really want to kind of make a decision to hone that in and kind of get control of that, because sugar is a huge issue. That's what the bad bacteria in our bodies love to eat. So as long as we continue to feed the monsters, they will live. So this is something that I know takes a lot of work. I've been there, I've done it, and I had a lot to learn. It's taking it step by step, making small improvements. Maybe you drink coffee in the morning and right now you put milk in it. Why don't you just try an alternative to milk? Almond milk, for instance. Make a small change. It starts with a small change. So doing this will help decrease inflammation. Hence, you can start alleviating some of the symptoms, again, of your potential autoimmune condition if that's what you're experiencing. You just want to feel better. You just want to have more energy. You just want to get rid of that skin condition. Maybe you're having acne, eczema. That's all inflammation. And I think is when you get to a point where you're ready to feel better, this is something that you're willing to try. And you don't have to get rid of all three. I would say pick one and focus on that. And eventually, if you can get to a point where you're eliminating it totally, you're going to see changes quicker. If you're just dabbling, you're not going to see the changes as quickly. So it's how serious you want to be with this. And again, if this is something that you want guidance with, this is what I'm here for. This is why I'm sharing this information. I can help you more intensely with this if that's something you want to tackle. I'd love to do that. I'm very, very passionate about that aspect of gut health. Getting plenty of fiber by eating fruits and veggies, getting in, nuts and seeds, chia seed, flax seed, getting those things in that have a lot of fiber will help, you be more regular. It's going to help you feel full. The foods that have fiber are your healthier options. I always, if you're going into the grocery store, I really focus, if you're looking to eat healthy, focus on that exterior of the store, your lean proteins, chicken and turkey and, free range eggs. And then you have your produce section, like eat the rainbow. And so that was number 4, eating plenty of fruits and veggies. Number 5 is a cleanser detox. So this is a great opportunity, and a great way to get ready for this is to go back to number 3 and start eliminating some sugar, some gluten, and some dairy from your life. Gradually work yourself up to being ready for a cleanse. Because what a cleanse does, and the cleanse I do, it's a Shaklee cleanse, it's a 7-day healthy cleanse. It's not crazy, you're not, going to the bathroom 20 times a day. What it's doing is it's cleaning your liver. Your liver is like the air filter for your body. It's like going to get an oil change and they change your filter in your car. Everything just works a little bit more efficiently, and it actually helps jumpstart you as well if you're looking to start a weight loss journey, feel better journey. It just jumpstarts you. I was just talking to a client today, and she's like, even in the 7 days, it's really forced me to break some habits that I do every day, late night eating. If you're hungry enough to eat veggies, then you're hungry. If you're not hungry enough to go that route, then you're not. It's emotional, so it helps break some of those ties too, and it's so great. And I work with people that do 7-day cleanses. I mean, I do have people that have done a 10-day cleanse, or even doing a 2 to 3 to 5-day cleanse if you're just wanting to try something for, just to see. And it definitely helps. The cleanses help rid you of the bad bacteria. I can't say enough about them. I do a couple shakes, I do a salad, I do unlimited veggies, I put some fruit in, early in the day, plenty of water. That is, imperative of this idea of cleansing. But you have to be in a healthy place to do that. So that's why I always, caution people too, before you do a cleanse, talk to someone who is well-versed, educated. And again, that's something that I am very happy to help you with as well. So yeah, can't say enough about them. So again, I'm going to review top 5 ways to heal your gut and improve your health. Drink half your body weight in water. Probiotics, prebiotics. Start looking at ways to decrease and or eliminate dairy, gluten, sugar, all. If I had to pick one, I'd say tackle sugar first, because sometimes that will actually help limit the other 2. So plenty of fruits and veggies, fiber-filled foods, also nuts and seeds. Chia seed, flax seed are a couple awesome examples. Cleanse and detox. Again, the one that I do with myself and my clients, it's not super crazy. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's so worth it. And if you truly are at a point where you want to change how you feel, how you know, it's a great jumpstart. If you want to lose weight, you just want more energy, you know, we're changing seasons. It's a great time to do a cleanse. It's the best time to do a cleanse. The weather's changing. Our bodies are reacclimating to, you know, a different environment. So yeah. Gut health is a huge passion of mine. It's something that I've worked very hard on in myself. I've been challenged by it. So to share it with all of you is so important to me, because I know how important it is. Maybe you've heard the term leaky gut, and that goes back to when I was talking about the tight junctions. And a lot of doctors really don't think it's a real thing. It's a real thing, okay? It's a leaky gut is there. If we're eating foods that our body just does not want, it's like sucker punching our gut every time we eat. So really think twice about what you are doing to the inside of your body. So many times I wish I could just show people what the insides look like. And then maybe you would love yourself enough not to do the things that you're doing. Maybe you know someone that has Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. And these are just severe symptomatic guts that have been crying out for years, but you didn't know it necessarily, or you didn't pay attention to it, and now it's at a point where you're getting literally ulcers in your guts. So cutting, don't get to the point where you have to cut intestine out. It's not worth it. So I know that's a little bit of my soapbox. I want to thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. This episode was super important to me. I wanted to get it out to you early because this is health, and everything else I talk about branches off of this. Everything you want with your health, you have to start with the gut. Like I said, if you want that weight loss, gut. If you're not liking what your skin looks like, gut. Losing your hair, gut. Adrenal fatigue, all of that, fibromyalgia, all those immune conditions stem from where your majority of your immune system is. And I want you to take care of yourself. End of the day, that's all I want for all of you listening, is to take care of yourself first, because you cannot be the best version of you until you do that. So it's not selfish. You gotta give your best to the world. Not giving your best is truly selfish. So if you loved this episode, please like and review and subscribe. And I'm so blessed to have this ability to speak to all of you and share my knowledge and share my passion and my experiences. And if you want to find more about what I do, check out RachelGreggFitness.com. I'm on Instagram at Dr. Rachel Gregg. And on Facebook, I have my business page, Rachel Gregg Fitness, on there, as well as my personal Rachel Gregg page. So until next time, be happy, be healthy, and know that there is a better way to heal. Hey guys, so thank you so much for tuning in and watching this. And if I can help you out, more, please let me know. I know you're watching this, but you can also check out my podcast, A Better Way to Heal, and all the aforementioned social media ventures that I have, my Instagram, Facebook. Until next time, be happy, be healthy, and I'll talk to you soon.